Hello, guys, and let me check before I say a word more if you can hear me well, because this StreamYard thing is having some issues. So, what am I? Oh, it's because it brought me to this thing. Um, why can't I get into the group? Okay, let's see. Yay! Can you hear me? Say something. And to see, I'm just checking if. Oh, yes, you can. Okay. So I wanted to come and talk to you a little bit today, like I do every Tuesday, on a subject that maybe more than one of you encounters more, often enough. And it is about the feeling that I want to do something for myself. I want to take care of myself. I want to be consistent with my practices. Um, I want to show up for myself in different ways. And I want to have more time for myself. Or I don't have time for myself. And hello to those of you that are joining live. Say hello so that I can know I'm not talking to myself here. Um, and the thing is that time is a heavy currency. Is just as heavy or relevant, is could be a better word, than as money is. And when I used to live fully immersed in that mentality, in that feeling of not having time, I remember feeling rushed all the time. There was some all the time somewhere to be, something to do, someone to be with, or answer to. Um, there was I realized that I had a bunch of responsibilities. And sometimes when I didn't have something to do, I could feel bad. That could be the counter situation where I could finally sit down and have some time to unwind, but still would feel guilty because one wasn't doing whatever I thought I was supposed to be doing, or I could be leaving something halfway through, or someone stranded. You name it. Like there was so much that I could be putting on myself. Is this something that you're doing? Um, are you at all part of that trend? um, I realized at some point that I was making myself overly available. Is that kind of behavior where it's so hard to say no. I could actually, the yes could come out of my mouth way faster than I could think about what I was doing. And so all of that could leave me feeling kind of defeated, stranded, like frustrated with myself, and still feeling like I didn't have enough time. That there were so many things that I needed to do in order to craft some space that I could, enjoy without guilt. I remember enjoying the most the times where I could take time off to go to Cuba and see my family. And the reason why that would happen wasn't only because I wasn't working and I was spending time with them, but also because there was no, still there isn't stable way of connecting to the internet being in Cuba. And so I had that as an excuse that I wasn't available at all. And so the crappy connection in Cuba could do it for me. But all of that it brought me to, there was this time, this period of time where I could say, okay, is it me creating this? Or is really this the only way I can live? Is time really an issue? or is it me making this an issue? And that was an important, moment in my life when I realized that I might have some responsibility to it. I remember mentor telling me once, the way you spend your time is a reflection of your priorities. Whatever you put time, and by the way, is the same with money. Whenever we are expending our time, that's what we are unconsciously prioritizing. So if I thought then, if I can find time for myself, then chances are I am actually not having myself as a priority. Why? And that led me to places where why don't I prioritize myself? Just a bunch of things happen, right? One of them being that someone made me realize that I was constantly abandoning myself when that was the case, that I was betraying myself by choosing differently, other than myself, and putting my energy in things, people, places, responsibilities that didn't directly feed me or benefit me or anything like that. And so, thankfully, I actually grew out of that. My relationship with time now is very different. And my clients laugh and look at me as if I'm crazy when I tell them, there are two ways in which I live. And the moment that what I'm doing feels like I'm working, that I'm putting effort into it, that is a cue for me to realize it's time to rest. Stop it. Because whatever I'm doing is not benefiting from the best energy that I can bring to it. And because of that, I owe it to myself and to the people that are supposed to benefit from it that I take time to replenish, to go in and find out what the heck is happening with me. Does that mean this is a non-issue? No. That's why this is called Vulnerability Tuesdays. It's because me coming to you in my vulnerability in the with the intention that you find it in yourself to share with me and others your own vulnerability. And so going back to the subject, no, it's still a challenge at some, no, by far at the same level, but it shows up from time to time that I feel like time is being taken away from me. And so there are a couple of things that then I take those as cues, as opportunities for me to ask myself questions that I allow to be my body or the universe to answer for me, right? I don't chase the answers, but I place the questions so to focus the energy on them. And the questions that I'm talking about are, well, am I rushing myself? Why? Right? How am I surrendering my power? Why do I feel I have no power over my time? And how am I doing that? And I allow the universe to answer me. What am I needing right now that I'm not giving myself? Or how can I love myself into slowing down? Because a lot of time I find out that if I'm rushing myself, if I am surrendering my power, there is a part of me that is in need of validation, in need of feeling supported. And when that's the case, it's because I'm not giving it to myself. So nowadays, every time that I feel that I don't have enough time, I know that it's time to go in and search for what is that thought trying to tell me. So, what about you? What is time an issue for you? What do you do? to navigate those waters? Is it a relationship with yourself? What's being developed through it? Or is this just a reaction to whatever the world is doing to you? Like, what's happening? Let me know. Let's have a conversation. If you have any questions, shoot. And thank you for showing up. Love you.